Part 2. I couldn't do this without setting the camera down forever, so knife is out of the bag. And I'm not a psycho, I just don't want to mouse it up. That's why I'm wearing a glove. As you notice, it's nice and shiny. Brass is polished. The stag looks nice. Brass pins, Rockwell sticker slot. You see the jimping. I'd like to know who came up with that word. Jimping right here. Focus. Focus. Some of these knives, you see pictures of them, and the jimping is like a saw, serrated. Some of them, it's not. This is just about perfect. It's casual, but it's definitely there. Some of the SGB knives looks like they cut into it with a file. It's really deep. There's a lanyard hole. Extra security. Can't do this with two hands. Just open it. This is natural light, so there's some glare, but not too much. Just taking back this off a bit. Now, I don't have my Buck Ranger here. It's about the size of a Buck Ranger. In length, the blade is 3 1/4 inches, so it's a little bit longer than a Buck Ranger blade. Definitely pointier than a Buck Ranger in a blade. And thinner in the hand, narrower in the handle, and it's thinner this way. But the stag scales kind of, make it a lot beefier. Now, some of these blades had a lot more curvature, a lot more of a hook than they do now. I'm not sure why that is. This is not bad, but it's not great. You hold it like this, it looks like it has more, but it really doesn't. It's just a slight curvature. The old knives from the 70s, they swept way out like this, almost hooked up to this center line of flat. Came right out to it. And I'm not sure why they don't make them like that now, but it kind of pisses me off. Buck did the same thing. Some of you look at some of the older Buck knives, they had a real nice, nasty hook. Sweep up. And it probably cost more money to do that, so they stopped doing that for some reason. That is one shiny thing. Of course, brass will get flat and dull, but when it does, it looks cool. So if I get, and I don't know if you can read the blade. It's it's not critical, but an SGB knife will say, nowadays I think it'll say German steel, whereas this is terrible. What the fuck? There you go. Whereas the standard aristocrat line, which all have stag handles, will say what it is. So this is Puma, period. The other ones will say Puma IP or Puma SGB. This is Puma Duke, Germany. Now there's a Prince, which is the biggest. There used to be an Emperor, which was massive, but they don't make that now. You can see Just a wee bit of jimping. Some people like that, I mean, to actually use it. I don't. Can't see myself using a jimp. But obviously this is not a great camera. Come on. There we go. It's just a little bit. It's nice. Very nicely finished. It really is. It's really nicely finished. Okay, zoom in. Pins are tight. They're not ground ultra flat, but you don't really want them ground. I don't want them ground ultra flat. I want them to have the edge so that they keep it all together. So this is a buck-sized Puma Aristocrat knife called the Duke with real European stag handles or scales, brass pins and bolsters, 448 stainless hardened to Rockwell, whatever it says, I think. I don't know what it says. 55 to 57. May not say anything. That's it, folks. That's all she wrote.